The strangers, believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, beneath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools, baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 Creeping through the shadows in the corners of your mind. I where the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering my name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a lone wolf.
Alright guys, welcome. We are going to be talking about the IG report. I know it's probably interesting and riveting TV today, but it is kind of important and it is kind of a big deal. So we do have a few of the guys from the Discord jumping in. One of them maybe server muted if he keeps going the way he's going, but regardless. But guys, yeah, apart from that, at the end of the day, let's introduce the guys that are going to be in the channel today and let's break down this IG report. Because there is quite a few bombshells that have been dropped regarding this. So, I'll unmute the guys. Hello guys, okay, we're going to go... Okay, done. Okay, so we've lost one already, unfortunately, but regardless. Okay, we warned him, but anyway. So guys, do you want to introduce yourselves, the people that are remaining? Obviously, Starlight, you want to go first? You're the founder or leader, so you won't go first, mate. Introduce yourself. Guess anybody doesn't know who you are.
I don't actually lead anything. I'm just Satellite.
Okay.
No, he's the leader.
Take us to your leader. Yep, Cooked, what about you, buddy? You want to introduce yourself? No, Cooked
ain't here, Nick.
No?
Pretty
Okay,
sure
so I thought Cooked was here actually.
Wait.
Maliko, you want to go?
No. Say my name correctly.
Oh god, we're going to do this again, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Alright.
We're gonna do it live on stream too.
Okay.
McCoy.
McCoy. Okay, how's that?
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm McCoy, the annoying
McCoy.
cunt on the server.
Alright. You want to introduce yourself besides the fact that you're the annoying person?
I don't know, there's nothing much to say about me.
Cool. Giggly, what about you, bud? Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm an American. I drive faster cars than you, fuck hotter women, and have more money than you. So
Okay. Alright. Well, we'll see about that. Bobo, introduce yourself, bro.
He's not wrong.
I am a shit poster who shit posts and smokes weed and plays video games.
Sounds like the life to me. Alright guys, so basically, like I said before, we are going to be talking about the IG report. I know it is riveting and interesting stuff. Anybody that is interested, I will be putting a link in the description below for the full 39 page report. So obviously if you do get bored or you want something to help you go to sleep at night, obviously you can read that. But apart from that, we're just going to sort of go through the news headlines because they've already sort of breaking it down. Starting with the UPI report saying the Inspector General says Comey broke protocol in Clinton probe. Now, the former FBI Director, James Comey, broke from usual procedures in his handling of an investigation into former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's email. But this action wasn't politically motivated. Probably would agree with that,
Yeah,
actually.
sure.
Yeah. Justice Department Inspector General says, along with awaited report on Thursday, The 500-page report, wow, I thought the 39-page report was bad, details ways which Comey broke with protocol in the Clinton investigation and messages from the FBI personnel opposed to the President Donald Trump. Okay, so is anybody surprised by this? What are your guys' thoughts?
I'm wondering how Comey has any credibility at this point. He's just been floundering around on these political witch hunts.
Well,
he was on Hillary's side. Now he's against Hillary. Like what is he even doing?
Well, this is the interesting thing too, and the more interesting thing is that when he released his book, a lot of people came out and said that him releasing this book could go against him as evidence. It makes you wonder if they had a sort of an inkling what he might be talking about, and whether they thought that this would go against this IG report or what the IG report said. Do you guys remember the time when they were sort of talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a chance, like I said, to go through the report yet,
No.
or even go through the highlights. But yeah, I mean, Comey's kind of a wild card. I don't really know why people are still listening at this point.
Well, at the moment he might be wearing it.
At least sunset. Yeah, I mean, I think honestly his investigation is going to be similar to Mueller's. It's going to be a lot of smoke and no fire.
You don't reckon they'll arrest Comey?
No.
Nah, yeah, I'm doubtful they'd arrest him.
What about any of you other guys?
Yeah, with any political agent, you have to be very doubtful of that.
Yeah, once you get to a high up position like that, I mean, you can literally get away with literal murder. Like a bunch of bureaucratic like missteps, mishandling of information, things like that. It's really not going to get you time or even any kind of prosecution. You'll be giving a little bit of finger wagging and let on your way to peacefully sunset into whatever retirement country club lifestyle. You know, I'm sure he's got some kind of massive pension. I'm sure lobbyist groups will give him money to do nothing, basically. You know,
like at the very most, maybe expect an indictment, but nothing that's going to take away his golden parachute.
Yeah, if you're connected at that high of a level, you're pretty much untouchable in America, I would say. He's not going to face any consequences.
You're not doing a lot to sort of help me with the American politics system here, guys. You kind of blackpilling me a little bit.
We have lost faith in that system a while ago, man. So if you were expecting faith from us, you looked in the wrong place.
Yeah, well, if they're not going to arrest him, what do you think will happen to Hillary Clinton? Do you reckon she's going to be untouchable?
I think she's not going to be touched. She's probably not even going to be brought up except for maybe some questioning again.
Yeah. At this point, don't even an indictment come for Hillary.
Well, yeah, that's even far-reaching at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there'll be some people kicking up some dust over it, but again, no substance. It won't be anything. There won't be any hard prosecution of anybody, I don't believe. Maybe some secondary people will get some minor indictments in some lower courts.
There'll be minor people that get thrown under the bus, like always.
Yeah, you reckon that just...
Yeah, it was like the same thing with the Mueller investigation. You had like Manafort and like other guys like him getting thrown under the bus, but you know, you're not going to get any main players. That's just how it works.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, if we can't even go after Comey, there's no chance that Hillary's going to get locked up. That's my understanding. Is like
there's no chance that Hillary will get locked up. You're correct in that assessment.
This is not the news I wanted to hear today. All right.
If you were expecting anything different, you do not know the American political system.
Yeah, I know. But look, at the end of the day, like, I want to be hopeful. I want to be, like, yay, we can make a difference. Yay, we can get rid of her and lock her up and throw her in jail or something, Anyway.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, yeah, we'll keep going with the reports anyway. And yeah, so the AGC says Inspector General Blas Comey says other FBI... Inspector General Blas Comey says the other FBI showed willingness to take official action to hurt Trump. So you guys are talking about your possible scapegoats and everything like that. At the end of the day, this is obviously starting to look like the AJC is obviously starting to do that already. So the Justice Department Inspector General on Thursday cascaded former FBI Director James Comey for his actions during the Hillary investigation and found that other senior bureau officials showed a willingness to take official action to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president. So when you turn around and say that they might go through and start blaming others and using scapegoats, it definitely looks like they're starting to go in that direction already.
Well,
That's how they always do it, man.
Yeah. The report is a blistering public rebuke of Comey, who has spent recent months on a book tour promoting his brand of his ethics leadership. Inspector General Mike Hausowitz accused Comey of insubordination, saying he flouted Justice Department practices when he decided only he had the authority and credibility to make a decision and speak for the Justice Department. He's, quote, saying Comey made a serious judgment of error in sending a letter to Congress on the October the 28th, announcing he was reopening the investigation of Clinton's use of the server, while Secretary of State, the report found it called extraordinary that Comey insisted that it was best for him not to speak directly with either the Attorney General or the Deputy Attorney General about his decision beforehand.
This is the exact sort of like legalese and like getting bogged down into technicalities that the American public has no patience for. So if you want to get into the technicalities of a case, it needs to be something sexy to catch on as like a story. So a thing where he should have sent a letter, but he didn't send it. I barely even followed that. It's not going to catch on as a story. Nobody's going to care.
No, and that's what I think that
it has to be sexy. Somebody has to bleed. Somebody has to get fucked.
And also this 500-page report too. It is a case where they have basically dumped a whole stack of evidence at one hit. I would have much preferred this IG report come out in drips and drabs like WikiLeaks, because I think a lot of the details in this report are going to get lost in the mail, so to speak.
Well, that's our strategy in Congress for passing laws. We just write a 2,000-page bill.
Yeah.
Nobody reads it, and they try to ram it through. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of it's kind of the lawyer's technique. Maybe even a certain tribe of rootless cosmopolitans.
No. Hang on. No. Giggle. Stop.
Globalists, if you
would.
It's hard to resist.
I'm just flooding the situation, gish-galloping with irrelevant information. You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, FBI agent Strzok reportedly text, quote, "We'll stop Trump from becoming president." So the FBI agent Peter Strzok, a fellow bureau official in August 2016, quoted that "we will stop Donald Trump from becoming president," the Justice Department Inspector General reportedly reveals in his highly anticipated report on Hillary Clinton email case. So, quote him saying, "Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Page texted Strzok, and Strzok, no, he won't. We'll stop it," Strzok responded. So this is basically, so for the people playing at home, my understanding is Peter Strzok is the FBI agent, and the woman that he is talking to is his lover, Lisa Page, but she actually works for the Department of Generals, or DOJ. So you literally have a FBI agent and a DOJ officer who are texting each other, who are both, I believe, were married at the time, so they're having an affair, but regardless, texting each other saying that they're going to stop Donald Trump from becoming president. This is, yeah, like this is what the FBI and the DOJ were doing right up before him taking office and him becoming, president of the United States. That, like, moving on.
It's funny how hard they can continue to try to deny this. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. You have these text messages proving that these two people were talking about trying to prevent their president from taking office. And then at the same time, you'll see them fucking on MSNBC or CNN or whatever. Anytime someone says something about it, they go, "Oh, that's just a conspiracy theory. You're crazy."
Yeah,
It's
like
fucking insanity.
how much of a conspiracy theory is something when you have text messages from their phones? Like,
Exactly.
yeah. Anyway, we also
Yeah, but they'll try and continuously paint it as that, just to throw a monkey wrench into it.
try and discredit it by claiming it's a conspiracy theory or something along those lines. We also have apparently reports from the IG report that foreign actors accessed Hillary Clinton's email servers. So what I might do, guys, I might go through and read out the headlines, give us all the facts, and obviously we can just all talk about it all in one hit, because that way we're not going to keep breaking it up, sort of thing. But apparently foreign actors obtained access to some of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's emails, including at least one classified email, or one email classified as secret, according to a new memo from the two GOP-led House committees in an internal FBI email.
That's exactly why our politicians aren't supposed to have secret fucking private email servers.
Yeah.
The security is lacking, and the fact that someone got into classified information through that server, it's not a surprise to fucking anyone.
You mean a...
Well, the thing that drove me crazy is anyone in the intelligence community would know that that's clear mishandling of information, and that's illegal. And maybe you wouldn't get like in jail for that, but you would definitely get fired if you were in any type of intelligence position and you had a private server. But all the left defending her were always like, "Oh, my emails, what's the big deal?" Like, no, that's actually a really serious thing, is mishandling classified information.
Yeah, well, we had the guy in the Navy he took 6 photos of a nuclear submarine because he wanted to show his kid where he works, and he got, what, how many months, whatever, in jail? What, 13 months or 14 months or something in jail? Like, yeah, he got pardoned by the president in the end, but the pardon that the President Trump gave, it wasn't him reducing the sentence. He still served that whole sentence. It was just basically clearing the record after he'd been released from jail. So you literally have someone who can take photos of a nuclear... Sure, yeah, he shouldn't have done it. It was the wrong thing to do. You know, it's classified material. But, you know, like comparing that to literally running a fish and chip shop email server. And, you know, like one guy gets thrown in jail and Hillary Clinton gets a book deal. Like, I don't get this, but anyway.
It is interesting that this is how it happens in all countries, really. There's one rule for the ruling class and there's another rule for us.
Yeah. I suppose, but I don't know. It's just at the end of the day,
It's not fair.
No. Yeah, and
at least in the banana republics, they're open about it, saying like, "Yeah, we're fucking gangsters. We run this shit. We work with the mafia. We don't care." In America, they pretend like I don't know. They have this air.
They're above this shit.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing that's also come out is FBI agents regularly received free handouts from journalists. So this is all coming up from the report. This report is not doing a lot to help the credibility of the FBI. And as someone is saying, wait. Sorry.
What is this about the free handout?
So the Department of Justice Inspector General identified a number of instances where FBI employees regularly spoke with members of the media and received a number of free perks from journalists, including meals and tickets to various events. On page 7 of the report, the IG says that the department identified numerous FBI employees at all levels of the organization, which is interesting in itself, with no official reason to be in contact with the media, who were nevertheless in frequent contact with reporters. The IG expressed profound concerns about the volume and extent of unauthorized media contact by FBI personnel that we have uncovered in our review. So you literally have the FBI talking to the media, to going through and leaking to the media. This sounds like leaking to me. This is them giving information to the media in exchange for perks.
Yeah, it seems to me like the fucking FBI is just full of leaks from top to fucking bottom. I mean, if you got fucking agents who are willing to just, you know, go talk to some reporters because they'll give them some goodies and just leak classified information, or even if it's not classified information, the fact that they're leaking information that is, well, probably secret for a reason to the media, it's just absolutely horrifying to think that that is our fucking intelligence agency.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, don't we pay them enough, for fuck's sake, man?
Yeah, like, they're getting free meals, like, whoop-de-doo-dah, and free shows, like... How much does an FBI agent...
That's what I'm saying. If you get like a yacht or an island, maybe, but like, yeah, for a couple of hamburgers, like what the fuck?
If you get a yacht, a super yacht, then it's okay to leak classified information, is it? But no, look.
Yeah, I think it's more understandable than a fucking hamburger. Jesus
True.
Christ.
Yeah, you know, like, hey, welcome to the new restaurant, or you know, like tickets to shows. So like what, the ballet and stuff, like. That does not make me want to leak information to the FBI or to the press, but anyway. The fact is that NBC has admitted the new Strzok texts are damning. An NBC panel admits the new anti-Trump texts from FBI Peter Strzok are set to be released in Thursday's Inspector General reports are damning to the FBI. No shit. The IG is set to replace the report on the FBI conduct during the investigation into former Secretary Hillary Clinton's emails. The IG report concludes that Comey did not follow FBI protocol during the investigation, but his missteps were not motivated by political bias. I want to actually touch on that after we've gone through these reports, all these news reports, because I think that's actually an interesting thing. Sorry, that's something unrelating. Justice Department says Peter Strzok had biased state of mind. So since then, obviously, the report has been released, and according to Breitbart, the long-awaited Justice Department Inspector General on DOJ and FBI handling of the Clinton investigation released Thursday found that FBI agent Peter Strzok had a biased state of mind that may have played a role in his conduct during the investigation. And that's obviously when, you know, Page says, you know, will Trump become president? We're going to stop this, right? And he's like, no, he won't become president. We'll stop it. Which is obviously, if you ask me, that is biased, but we'll get to that. And Mueller team attorney sent anti-Trump tweets. Of course they did. So an FBI attorney who worked on the special counsel investigation, or Russia investigation, untold earlier this year, sent anti-Trump text messages to colleagues, including one exclaiming "Vile resistance." Okay, moving along. The attorney comments are revealed in the Justice Department Inspector General's report released on Thursday. The lawyer is not identified. We'll find out if he gets arrested or not. But he worked on the Hillary Clinton email investigation and was the FBI's lead attorney on the investigation into Russian election interference. He was assigned to the special counsel of Robert Mueller investigation soon after it became May 27, 2017, and left in late February of this year after some of his private messages were shared with the special counsel. So, judging by that information, we could probably find out who it was. But yeah, okay, so the crux of this investigation or this report basically states that Comey broke protocol. He is subordinate. He is a rogue agent, from my understanding. Hillary's email server was accessed by foreign investors or foreign actors. We don't know how many, but we know at least one of those emails was accessed. We have Peter Strzok vowed that we would stop Trump from becoming president. NBC is admitting the text messages are damning. And we have people in Mueller's investigation sending anti-Trump tweets. Is anybody surprised by this? What guys? What do you think of this whole report? What's
my head thinks when Trump says to drain the swamp, I think that's incorrect. I think he's actually trying to drain a septic tank.
I was going to say it's sounding a lot like a lake at this point.
Well, no, I mean like as in the content of the swamp is not a swamp.
It's a septic tank. That's actually
it's a septic lake.
Yeah, it is seemingly full of shit, isn't it? So
but let's be real. He's replacing swamp critters with other swamp critters. Like, come on.
Yeah, well, look. Obviously, look. At the end of the day, I have a bit of a soft spot for Trump, and obviously, I would have voted for him. But we did find out today, and this will be a separate email or a separate video. Sorry, that he is funding the white helmets. The White House has came out and funded the white helmets yet again. Someone is saying, "Hi, Greg," who's just popped up in chat. Hello, I did not get any notification that you were going live. Wow, so people aren't even getting notifications about me going live now for stuff like this. Sweet.
Hit that bill, buddy.
Actually, he's constantly said stuff like this. I remember Greg saying stuff like this and other stuff. I believe he has said in the past that he has hit that bell. People just still aren't getting notifications about when I go live. But hopefully they'll see it on their video feed, and I have posted it on Twitter and on Gab as well. Sophia says...
To expect YouTube to function properly is just too much to ask.
Yeah, well, that's what Sophia has just said. Is YouTube doing that? No wants, no fraction. Okay. But yeah, as for this... Okay, so does anybody think... So what do you guys think? Just what, low levels are going to get arrested over this? Does anyone think that the higher-ups like Kumi or Hillary or whatever are going to get arrested, or Peter Strzok, or is it just going to be a whole bunch of...
It won't be any names. It won't be any names that you've heard of. It won't be Podesta. It won't be Hillary. It'll be
I wouldn't be surprised if you see some sort of indictments or something for those people who are sending the text messages.
Like Strzok.
But aside from that, I especially don't see anything negative coming towards Comey at all.
Yeah,
do you reckon
he might get a little bit of a black eye reputation-wise, but he won't face any consequence.
Yeah, I mean, the situation is he's just too well connected for anything really bad to happen to him.
Well, this is some people are actually saying that nothing is going to happen as long as we have Rod Rodstein and Jeff Sessions. That they both need to go before Trump can move on this. Rod Rodstein obviously has threatened to leave if Jeff Sessions actually gets fired. So Trump could at least basically wipe both of them out just by firing Jeff Sessions.
He could,
and then
will he?
Well, that's the thing. At the end of the day, that look, I know Trump wants to quote drain the swamp or drain the septic tank, as Satellite has called it, which is probably an accurate description. Is he going to be able to do that, or does he going to need another 4 years before he can even start getting towards halfway mark of the septic tank? Like, this is just showing how bad the U.S. politics system over there really is. Is that it's full of shit. It's you literally have FBI agents, from my understanding, leaking information to the press because at the end of the day they want free meals and getting free tickets to shows. Like,
yeah, it's like this nice looking reporter. She walks up to you and offers you some free meal at a 5-star restaurant. All you gotta do is tell her, the latest rumors you heard around work. And you know what? Fuck Trump anyway. Might as well leak state secrets.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, this type of shit happens in every country in the world, and it only gets tracked in America, so it seems a lot more glossy and shiny and big. But connected guys, they're connected to other powerful people who usually cover for them, and that happens in.
I would be pretty sure that some of these reporters are probably also offering what's the word for that?
Sexual favors.
Yeah.
You reckon there might be a few Me Too movements in the future that are regarding the politics?
Oh, I doubt it. I think they know that the people they're going after, they would be going after, would be too powerful in politics.
Yeah, but then Harvey Weinstein went down. He was pretty big, bigger than life. He was...
Yeah, but that's Hollywood shit.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter how big you are in entertainment. You're never going to be more powerful than the people who literally run the country.
True.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Sophia's asking. Oh, sorry, just quickly, guys. Sophia's asking in chat. Have you heard about the EU link tax? Yeah, Sophia, we've actually done a live stream plus a video on it. I believe the live stream was actually called Article 11 and Article 13. I will actually send you the link for that now in chat. But if you go through the live stream playlist, it's actually in regards to that. But here it is for you here.
Wait, but going back to powerful people and Weinstein for a second, I mean, did he face any real consequences? He was on house arrest.
Not really.
His show trial. He was asked to step down from his studio. He didn't do any hard time. He'll be back in a year or two. He'll go to rehab, and people will work with him.
Yeah, well, he was in rehab for, I believe it was for 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, exactly.
I got better, guys.
You know, I was a troubled man. He'll come back. He'll do the apology tour in a year or something, and people will forget.
Like,
some people, the feminists will still be on his tail, but most people will be. I bet you the majority of Hollywood would be willing to work with him again.
Like at the end of the day, there you go, Sophia. There's the link for you. That's for the live stream for about it, but we've also did a video about a month ago for it. But yeah, but at the end of the day, yeah, like who gets over? Apparently, he went in for sex addiction or whatever it was. Like, who goes in for sex addiction and comes out in 3 to 5 days and apparently is cured? Besides, apparently Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was for show. You know, the whole thing was for show. Now, you know, people were upset about it. It was in the middle of all the Me Too stuff, so the studio and Harvey knew that something needed to happen, right? Some consequence needed to play out in public. So yeah, he was stepped down from the studio, blah blah blah, this and that, at a show trial. But in the end, literally nothing happened to him. He's fine. He's still got $1 billion in the bank.
So what do you think is going to happen?
America's a lot more of a banana republic than you think.
But yeah, but what do you think is going to happen to like this Russia investigation, this Mueller and Russia investigation? Do you think this IG report is going to have any impact on that?
No.
No. At this point, the Russia investigation, like everyone already knows it's a farce. Like it's gonna peter out once they're done fucking with this with the shit that they're doing right now. It's gonna peter out after that, and when people realize that it's not going to lead to Trump's impeachment, I think it's just gonna it might change the minds of a lot of fucking people who were, you know, holding out for that.
No. It won't. There is a massive demographic of Democrats.
Like it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change those fucking hardcore leftists' minds. But it might do a thing for a lot of centrists.
It might. I mean, in the end, this is some powerful coalition that has some type of government power that is, you know, doing this kind of political witch hunt, show trial, whatever you want to call it, to try and slander the Trump administration. You know, it's working for its purpose, but I mean, in the end, it's obviously not going to go anywhere because there's nothing there. I forget who it was. I think it might have been. I'm drawing a blank. Tillerson's replacement, Secretary of State. Anyway.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, Russia probably did meddle in this election. They probably meddled in every single election since the 1950s. That's just the world we're in.
Social media simply gave Russia a new way to play with it, but
this is
you can't really do much about that.
It's like they'll all come out and say, yeah, Russia probably did meddle in our elections because, well, They kind of did. They bought ads on Facebook.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. The only
You can't
thing,
deny that. But the
the
question is, Facebook ads really do not have that big of a fucking impact on your election.
well, this is the thing. You know, at the end of the day, if you're going to go through and claim that Russia meddled in the election, then what about every single YouTuber out there that made a video on it? Is that meddling in the election?
Exactly.
How like, obviously I don't want that because, well, hello. But at the end of the day,
Well, clearly the Australians were trying to
Well,
meddle
yeah.
in our elections. You see all those Australian nationals who made videos to try to convince people of fucking Australian propaganda?
well, all the Australian nationalists that go through and rile against the EU.
I demand sanctions. I demand sanctions on satellite and nonpartisan media right away.
Well, luckily I didn't cover the 2016 election. My channel started on the day Trump won. But, so kiss my butt. But I was going to say, but this is the interesting thing. If you're going to go through and claim that Russia meddled in the election because they brought Facebook ads, you know, how far does this go? That, you know, like, what, some guy sending a tweet? Is that meddling in the election? Like,
No, it only goes as far as the people that they can use to scare the American public.
you don't think a whole bunch of YouTubers making videos on the American election?
Listen, a bunch of YouTubers doesn't sound scary. Russia, Vladimir Putin, evil commies. That sounds scary.
Yeah, how did Russia become the bad guy again? I must have missed
The
it.
Cold
All
War?
of a sudden, like after 2000. After the Cold War kind of died down, we were like maybe not friendly, but we were neutral towards Russia through most of the 2000s.
Like if you remember back during Romney versus Obama, Romney said he was saying, "Oh, we got to worry about Russia," and everyone fucking laughed at him.
Yeah,
True. And
I mean Russia. Okay, granted, Putin really like revitalized their military, and they're different than they were then. Yeah, in the late 90s, 2000s, Russia was like a joke as far as a world power. Now they actually have the ability to project some force, and they are kind of a threat to our Western European allies. But at the end of the day, like they weren't the bad guys in the American public consciousness until the Trump election, and then all of a sudden became, or at least the campaign season, it became more Russia. All of a sudden, we're worried about Putin again. Like he was a little bit cartoon villainy with anti-gay propaganda or whatever, but yeah, all of a sudden Russia became the bad guy. Like, why is? Okay,
well, they need a bad guy.
They did take a big chunk out of the Ukraine. It's technically our ally, I guess.
Well, that was actually through mostly a democratic process. They asked Russia to come in there.
Yeah, it wasn't a very clean. Anything like that's never going to be really clean and cut and dry. It was a sticky situation.
So, what do you think the fallout from this?
Was.
What do you think the fallout from this report's going to be? What, a bunch of low-level FBI agents get arrested or charged or indicted or whatever, and that's it? Is that
At best.
Yeah, minor charges on a few lackeys, and then it will go away.
Yeah.
Like I said, at best.
This isn't doing a
Unless
lot.
it gets a memory hold too. So
this is sort of blackpilling me, guys. Like,
Comey will be persona non grata for a while. Maybe his career might. That's possible.
well, this is an interesting question.
Doubtful.
Do you think that he rushed his book deal because he knew this IG report was going to slam him in it?
no clue.
That'd be an interesting question.
No, he probably wanted to do one book before, and he'll do another one after. Gotta rake them shekels.
God damn. Everything.
Or any other international currency he'd want.
Yeah. Nothing specific about the shekel.
No, but
yeah, it could be a Brazilian real or whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. What about you, Satellite? Any sort of final thoughts about all this, or?
God damn, go ahead.
I think it'll just be low-level people who just get scapegoated, and they'll make sure that anyone properly powerful might just simply lose the career, go home, and maybe have a pension. That's about it, really.
Wow.
If that.
do you guys want to talk about Trump and the white helmets, or do you want to wrap it up for the night?
Doesn't matter. I mean, everyone should know that the white helmets are fucking terrorists, basically.
Yeah, well, the White House has specifically gone through and said that they're going to be funding them again. Actually,
I find that crazy.
I mean, it was good while it lasted. We went a few months without funding them, but you just can't stop the American government from funding terrorists. It's impossible.
Yeah, in the end, obviously, it's better than airstrikes or boots on the ground. But yeah, we shouldn't be involved there at all. Let them fucking do whatever they're gonna do, and you know.
Yeah.
I say let
That's the
Russia
best we
have
can do.
control of the entire region. I don't care. Let Russia, Iran, and the rest of them duke it out.
Or we can just carpet bomb it all to fucking smithereens.
Nah.
I don't know. I think a lot of Trump's base don't want him to get involved.
Yeah,
in
but it'd be a
wars.
good show.
I mean, we've already got the bombs.
Yeah, might as well use them.
Yeah, but then if you use them,
Bombs
it's just going to build more of
expire?
them.
What's the shelf life on a bomb?
Well, yeah, but listen, you don't have to keep
probably like
you
50 years.
don't have to keep them stored. You won't have to keep maintenance on them. You just explode them out in the middle of the fucking desert.
That's what we did with the Moab. Like we picked a random place in the middle of the desert, and we're just like, okay, we're gonna drop this on there and have a show. It was basically like fireworks.
You just imagine a whole bunch of soldiers standing out there with popcorn, just yelling, "Yep, radio. We got the deck chairs. We got the popcorn."
No, all the soldiers are watching it from a bunker.
Yeah.
What the fuck you talking about? They aren't gonna be out in the battlefield.
Well, that's what I meant. They're in the bunker watching it from
They can order some pizza.
Delivering.
Well, I'd do it.
Can you get a pizza delivery over there? Does it even work?
That boosts soldier morale. Like honestly, it really would.
Yeah.
You'll order some pizzas, drink some beers, watch a Moab explode.
Yeah.
Sophia in
Yeah,
chat.
we could sell pay-per-views.
Sophia in chat wants us to watch a angry foreigner video on the Swedish Prime Minister who embarrassed himself during Me Too. I don't know if you guys want to watch this or.
Yeah, that sounds kind of fun.
All right.
Sure.
Link is posted in chat.
What about the
Sorry. Yep.
before that?
Yep.
What about that important thing that they were trying to pass while this is happening? You mentioned it earlier.
Oh. The important thing they're trying to pass.
Yeah, you mentioned it just before the stream.
You're saying they're
something-
using the IG report as a smokescreen?
Oh, for the white helmets.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just talked about the white helmets. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. So the White Helmets is the group that is over in Syria that is literally embedded with the terrorists, with Al Qaeda and stuff like that. Now they claim they're a civil defense group. The yada yada yada. Normally, now Obama and all these sort of guys were funding them and everything like that. Trump has, or the White House specifically, has funded the White Helmets again, and let me find an article about that. It's funny that this actually comes out literally the same day that the Trump administration drops the information regarding the IAG report, isn't it? I was going to do a separate video about this too as well, so yeah, obviously that'll be more detailed. But Trump administration reinstates funding for Syrian aid group, quote, the White Helmets. Yeah, Syrian aid, sure. I'll put a link in the Show Checks channel for you guys if you want to check it out. But basically, President Donald Trump has authorized the release of $6.6 million in funding to the humanitarian group of the Syrian Civil Defense, commonly referred to as the White Helmets, according to the State Department. United States government strongly supports the White Helmets, who have saved more than 100,000 lives and faked a lot of footage, including the Syrian gas attack, since the conflict began, including victims of Assad's chemical weapons attack, which later were found out to be false, a State Department read. The funding will also benefit the United Nations International Empower an independent mechanism, IIM, which I believe is also linked to a terrorist group, which is responsible for investigating and prosecuting crimes against humanity, war criminals, and genocide in Syria. Is anyone seeing that the fact that we might be sticking our nose in Syrians' business once again?
Yeah.
Oh, we always do that. We stick our nose in everybody's business.
Just by nature of funding the White Helmets, obviously we are. I mean, I'm disappointed in our Trump.
Yeah, well, look, at the end of the day, we know he
Well,
has...
it's something you should have known was coming as soon as he put Bolton in there.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say.
No question.
He's surrounded by warhawks at the moment. You know, is anybody surprised that they are blowing in his ear and can go through and, is causing him to do this? Well, not causing him to do this, but influencing him.
Pompeo, that was the one I wanted to say before with the quote. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yep, cool. But look, at the end of the day, so they currently approximately 2,000 US service members in Syria, and are dozens of US agencies for international development and State Department officials, contractors, workers on demining, rubble removal, and restoring water and electricity. And what they're not saying in this actual video is that they also go through and have reportedly faked footage, who have gone through and claimed that Syria has released chemical weapons when it's been later disproven. They are literally a part of the Muslim terrorist groups. So why are we funding civil contractors, quotes, that are literally in bed with Muslim terrorist groups? This is not making any sense. What, Trump, you're not supposed to be doing this, mate. You're supposed to be better than this. You're not supposed to be like this. But
yeah, it seems like he's trying to please multiple factions, like behind the scenes, in a way. Like, well, he'll drop a bomb here, but then he'll hire, generals to intelligence or something like that.
Well, what about okay, so let's jump into the conspiracy theory of 4D chess. Do you think he is playing along with them at the moment because he doesn't have the authority to get them out at the moment? Like, for example,
I really don't know. I used to think he was.
That's really the way politics just works. You have to have a lot of give and pull. You don't always get what you want, and sometimes you have to do things for other people for you to get what you want further down the line. Yeah, it sucks that he's doing this. It would be a lot better if he wasn't, but it's something you just sort of have to expect. The military-industrial complex is going to get its way one way or another.
Yeah, there are power structures that are just so far dug in that you're just going to have to work with them if you're going to get anything done.
I don't want to hear this. I want to be all sunshine and roses and people tell me we can get rid of the military-industrial complex and we can get rid of the deep state and we can...
Sorry, man, that's not how the world works.
Trump is a step in the right direction, but there's still a long way to go before anything like that.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to happen within 2 years. I expect that this is going to be, if we're getting rid of the military-industrial complex, this is going to be something that's going to take multiple presidencies. And probably in a row, too.
Oh,
multiple.
If that could even happen, like if you could even get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, Trump didn't even run on trying to get rid of the military-industrial complex.
Well, drain the swamp.
If you expected him, that's not. I don't think that's really what he meant by drain the swamp, get rid of the military-industrial complex. I think that's more get rid of the crooked politicians and just shady fucking dealings that go on in Washington. Most of the things, the military-industrial complex, it's all above board. It's all perfectly legal, but it's fucking warmongering backwards shit.
Yeah, but then at the end of the day, the fact is that these warmongering back deals, that is to me, that's crooked politics. That is literally going in and blowing up a country because you do not like that current leader.
Yeah, but a Republican president can't really touch the military.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Unless you're
sorry.
Ron Paul.
And it does, well, yeah, at the end of the day, obviously.
If he ran libertarian, then maybe, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, at the end of the day, going through and he is removing a lot of the war hawks from the Senate and the Senate. A lot of the Senate races and that coming up to the midterms, a lot of the pro-Trumpers are actually winning seats and are actually running against Democrats in actual seats. So look, at the end of the day, this is something that I said several months ago, that Trump will be removing senators and replacing them with his own. People are already starting to call the Republican Party the party of Trump. Is this a bad thing? Is if we start moving in a direction where the Republican Party is anti-warmongering and more of a centrist party? I know you guys probably wouldn't be too crash hot on that, but is that a step in at least to the right direction?
No, I'm completely fine with not warmongering. It's stupid that we were involved in all these places at the same time.
True. What about you, rest of you guys? What do you think?
I think, yeah, it's a good thing, but these sort of things, they tend to find a way of correcting themselves. I think you'll see in a couple decades, the situation might have fucking switched again. The Dems might be going, oh, more warmongering, and the Republicans, they'll be full back at it again. Like, when one side stops fitting the needs of the military-industrial complex, the other side's more than happy to step up to the fucking plate.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when, like, for example, Libya.
It seems like both of them are full force right now, actually.
Yeah. That's what it seems like, like, this is the thing, people went through and they realised that you go through and you have Bush Senior, Bush Junior, who are Republicans, and all of a sudden they're warmongers. They're heavily entrenched in the military-industrial complex. And then you go through and you have Obama, who literally gets a peace prize, but drops more bombs in other countries than any other president in history. Like, how do you give a peace prize to someone who's dropped more bombs than anyone?
Do you think Trump will get one for Korea?
I was gonna say, Giggle, you want to handle this one?
Trump is Dorito Hitler. He'll never get a prize for anything.
Well, the interesting thing is Norwegian prime ministers, two of them, have actually gone through and nominated Trump formally for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, yeah, because Obama, he got one just for getting elected. He got one, I think, before he even got inaugurated, just for being black, I guess. I don't know. Trump actually is the first Western president to talk to the head of state of North Korea. So I think that's, I mean, we'll see how it goes. The treaty that they signed wasn't exactly majorly impactful, but I think it's the opening to further talks and probably some sort of demilitarization on North Korea's part. So I mean, if being black is worth a Nobel Peace Prize, I would say that all that work as an American president is certainly worth one.
Yeah, well, the article
but
says.
That's the thing.
Sorry. Yeah, keep going.
Well, in the international community, in Western Europe and Canada, Trump, like Bobo said, he's Cheeto Hitler. Like he's not going to get any recognition.
No, if he was in bed with the military-industrial complex, he probably would have got one before his first term. Just saying. But two Norwegian lawmakers nominate Trump for Nobel Peace Prize. Copenhagen, Denmark. Two Norwegian lawmakers have nominated Donald Trump for the Peace Prize after Singapore summit with North Korea leader Kim Jong-un. So they've nominated him for the 2019 Nobel Peace Prize, and I believe also there was a petition or a signing sheet that was going around the Senate where a lot of senators had gone through and actually signed it as well from the Republican Party to also get Trump nominated for the 2019 Peace Prize. But, so here's a question. Do you think that this IG report, do you think that this peace summit with North Korea, with the economy and everything that's going, do you think that this is going to help Trump win the midterms? And do you think this is going to play a part?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
undoubtedly.
Yeah, there's no doubt he wins the midterms at this point.
Like with just
In the end,
sorry.
it's all about how the average person is doing, and you know, just with the jobs report alone, your average American is feeling it in his wallet, and that's in the end what's going to affect the vote.
Yeah, well, at the moment,
Pretty much.
ongoing unemployment drops to lowest levels since December 2000. Sorry, start again. Ongoing unemployment drops to lowest levels since December 1973. Job claims unexpectedly fell last week, according to data from the Labor Department on Thursday. The new filings for unemployment benefits fell by 4,000 to 218,000. Economists had expected a rise to 225,000. The average 4-week moving average of claims, considered a better indicator of job market strength because it evened out week to week, violates also fell. Continuing claims state unemployment benefits dropped to 1.7 million, the lowest since December 1973. So, you know, like when you literally get the liberals or the progressives, I like to say actually more so, on TV, like literally claiming for a recession so that way they can stop Trump.
There's no question that it'll remain strong through November. The real question is, are we going to get a market correction before the 2020 elections, I would say.
Yeah.
Because we are overdue. We are overdue for sort of a market correction. You know, credit's been kept cheap for a long time now. They've been talking about raising the rate for a few years now. When that finally happens, we will certainly see some kind of depression. I don't want to say depression, but market correction, I would say, some downturn in the market. But the fundamentals are so strong of the economy right now that it might actually not be that bad.
No,
We'll have to see.
We've seen some steering towards the correction lately, actually, with the market's ups and downs.
Definitely in the housing market, we have this college debt kind of bubble looming over our heads. We'll see what happens with that.
It's really all about when it bursts at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I think it will before 2020 in some way, but as long as it's not horrific, Trump, I think, will win 2020 in a landslide too.
which would give him the 8 years to hopefully drain the septic tank.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can tell a lot more about a president in his second term about where he stands.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
does
worried
not.
about
Yeah,
running.
we definitely saw that with Obama.
Yeah, well, in his second term, he doesn't have to worry about rerunning and re-electing, does he? He can be a lot more blatantly obvious about his motivations, and he might go full out on the deep state. Who knows?
Yeah,
We can hope so.
barring some kind of massive market crash and following economic depression, I think he has it locked up. I mean, the Republican or the Democrats have no one on their bench that's remotely interesting. Building their bench now in these midterm elections, if they have any hope for any kind of contender, really.
Well, what's their message going to be? Vote for us because we're not Trump.
Well,
That
yeah,
seems to be what they're
economy is
doing.
booming. Yeah.
I don't
Right,
think they have
yeah.
much of a chance though, because there's a lot of more right-leaning senators running in the midterms too, which is quite interesting.
Mm. And they seem to be doing a pretty good job. Like, we literally had a Republican win the Senate, or second place for California. So now California is a Democrat versus a Republican Senate for the midterms. Like, this is supposedly the heart of the blue wave. This is supposedly the spot where, the Democrats have it locked down tight, so to speak. Yeah.
It's the heart of the hashtag resistance.
Yeah.
Patrick Little didn't make it, but I think someone else got in.
Yeah,
there was still
Corey?
a Republican that got second.
Yeah, what's his name? I actually found this out before, but I've lost his name. Corey, I think it was. Second place in California.
Yeah, it was some Irish sounding name. I forget what it was.
What about
If you want to laugh, though,
John
Patrick
Cox?
Little versus Nick Fuentes was a thing on YouTube the other day.
Yeah, it was really stupid.
So the guy that won second his name was John Cox. I was so close to that name. I got that so right. Anyway, but yeah, John Cox in dead heat for second place in California's government race. The Republican businessman John Cox is dead heat for second place with former Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Velasco, might be mispronouncing, in the race for California governor with less than 2 weeks to go before the June 5 primary. Okay, so this is old news. But I believe John Cox actually won second place, actually. Let me double check. What do you guys think about the California splitting into, I don't know if you guys know about this, but California is splitting, the possibility of splitting up into 3 states. Have you heard about this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll
I
never happen.
highly doubt it.
But I wish it would, but it won't. That'd be
but
great. The thing is, you would have, I mean, from the map I saw, you basically have Los Angeles, and then Southern California and Northern California, which would both be completely Republican, and Los Angeles would be completely Democrat.
Yeah.
with the census, with the census changes that Trump has made, California is losing 5 seats no matter what, though.
Is that why they're
yeah.
trying to split it?
Awesome.
Maybe.
It's because of citizenship instead of. It's based on citizenship instead of populace now.
Well, the census won't be taken. They do it every 10 years, so they won't actually.
Yeah,
be that, that census won't
until 2020.
Until 2020. Yeah.
But seeing as we're going to win the midterms and whenever it hits 2020, it'll give him an even bigger leg up for the re-election.
Yeah, well,
So based just on early primary and voting and turnout, I would say the blue is a myth at this point.
Well, that's
Oh,
confusing. Isn't it supposed to be everything is based on actual citizens of the country?
That's what it's supposed to be on. But the Democrats changed it whenever they realized that they can, use the demographic
I can't
strategy.
even formulate in my head the resistance to having that question on a census. Like, to say that whether you're a citizen or not is irrelevant on a census is absurd. Like, that seems extremely relevant.
So it's going to be split up to North California, South California, and just California. South California.
Highly
so
doubt it.
Basically, yeah, I looked at the map earlier.
Yeah.
Los Angeles and a couple of surrounding counties. Then you split California in half at Fresno, and then it's North California and South California.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which will both be Republican. If they split it up that way, North California and South California will both be Republican. Los Angeles will be Democrat.
They'll never let that happen.
Yeah.
Well, apparently this is what's going to be on the vote in November.
Yeah.
They may allow it on the vote, but they're not going to allow it to happen.
Yeah, I seriously doubt even if it would happen on the vote. I mean, you got the largest population centers in the state are just heavily fucking liberal Democrat anyways. I seriously doubt the people who live in the largest population centers are going to vote to break up their overwhelming majority.
So does anyone know what Sacramento and San Francisco, are they blue or red?
San Francisco is very blue.
Right.
It is one of the
Sacramento
bluest places in the state.
Yeah. So Sacramento and the Bay Area is very, very blue, but the rest of Northern California is actually
Quite red.
except for the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually once you go inland anywhere in California, you start to get a lot of MAGA hats and Trump signs.
Okay.
Sacramento is split. It is metropolitan. There's definitely a lot of like minorities, blacks and Mexicans there. So there is some blue there, but all the surrounding counties in Sacramento are all very red.
All right, let's jump into this video regarding Angry Foreigner. If you guys want to tune it up, link is in the chat, and we'll probably wrap this up. It's only going to be a short stream today, guys. So I gotta go make other videos and stuff as well. Apart from that, yeah, we'll play your video now for you, Sophia. Right. 30. Has everybody got it lined up? Anybody wants to?
Wait, what video was that? The Swedish
Angry Foreigner.
Me Too thing?
Yeah. Since we're talking about, I'll repost it. Since we're talking about politics.
And text channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Av 5 utländska våldtäktsmän som bor i Sverige slipper utvisning. 4 av 5. Varför ska vi behålla utländska våldtäktsmän i Sverige?
Det är så nu i reglerna idag i Sverige att den som döms för ett grovt brott han också utvisas. Och det sker ju. Så det måste, domstolarna få avgöra. Men om du nu är så bekymrad över kvinnorna, Åkesson, varför vill du försämra löntagarnas ställning på arbetsmarknaden? Men det här...
You guys want to stop it at 30 seconds? Yeah, you want to stop it at about 30 seconds?
What?
Yeah.
So, what was that about? What did he say there? Why do you want to...
He said... Oh, go ahead. Whatever.
Yeah, why do you want to impair the workers' situation in the labour market?
Right. So he said, yeah, blah blah blah. They're not getting deported. And he was like, yeah, but what about our workers? They're rapists, but we need them for our labor market. And then the crowd goes, ooh, and they start laughing at him.
Yeah. So
Hilarious.
don't worry about the rapists. Let's worry about the workers.
Let's worry about the labor situation.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Not even the labor situation, the cheap labor situation.
Like,
Guys, these unskilled workers we brought into our country who are raping our women, we gotta keep them here to help our labor market.
wow. Like,
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
no wonder the crowd
The
started booing.
absolute state of, like, holy shit.
Alright, let's keep going.
That's just insanity to me.
Men det här är allvarligt. Idag, men du vill ju införa undantag för fem. Det innebär att på de allra flesta arbetsplatser i vårt land så kommer vem som helst att kunna bli uppsagd när som helst. Om du tror att det stärker dessa kvinnors situation...
hela friden har det med våldtäkter och sexuella övergrepp att göra. Så nu får du väl ändå försöka hålla dig lite till ämnet. Det finns många viktiga saker att diskutera. Och det är klart att kvinnors arbetsvillkor till exempel i offentlig...
Stop it at 60. Or a minute. So, yeah, people are turning around saying stuff like, why are you trying to get off topic? It's probably a good question, actually. You know, why do you not want to talk about these rapes when you're trying to similarly get off topic? So, yeah, good question, I suppose. Why doesn't he want to talk about the migrants raping? I wonder why.
sektor. Det är en viktig fråga. Det har vi massor med förslag för att förbättra arbetsvillkoren. Men...
Sorry, was that
there's like a ban on talking about it.
Well, in Sweden...
There is kind of a ban on talking about it in Sweden.
Yeah, people in Sweden have been arrested.
Really?
Yeah, they get arrested over there for mean tweets still.
They They stopped reporting whether the person was immigrant or even their skin color whenever they're arrested. They completely got rid of that because it was just overwhelmingly, you know, blacks and immigrants. So.
Sophia says in chat, you wonder why the Social Democrats are losing. Yeah. My understanding, Sophia, from chat is that your, quote, alt-right, quote, party is doing remarkably well over there. I have no idea why they might be winning this polling for the coming up election.
In every Western country, there is a huge backlash to the right going on right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say whoever this guy is that's defending the rapists, whatever party I would assume he's Labor, he's representing is on the downswing, and the people are seeing through it. You can see the crowd reaction; they're very clearly against.
Yeah, I believe he's the Social Democrats. Sophia, you can let us know in chat. But yeah, I believe this is the Social Democrat Party that's trying to defer the tension away from the rapes. So let's keep going.
Nu pratar vi om sexuella övergrepp och våldtäkter. Och det är ett annat problem som inte hänger så mycket ihop med arbetsvillkoren på till exempel.
Har du inte följt MeToo-debatten? Har du inte följt MeToo-debatten?
Vad har den med...
Låt Stefan Löfven förklara.
Det har precis med det här att göra. Hur många är det inte på sina arbeten som är utsatta för både det ena och det andra?
Vad har det med undantag i turordningsreglerna att göra?
Och då är det viktigt att deras ställning stärks här. Och då ska man inte säga att...
Stop it at a minute 30. Sophia says in chat that he is the Social Democrat idiot. Yeah, probably. We guessed that one actually. We'll keep going if you guys want to keep going.
Att man förändrar turordningsreglerna i lagen om anställningsskydd så att vem som helst kan bli uppsagd när som helst. Det stärker inte.
Good God. So this is Sweden's Prime Minister and leader of the Social Democrats, the first official feminist government in human history, who imported tons of rape and made Sweden less safe for women.
He goes by the name of Angry Foreigner, so I'm not sure his real name or anything like that, but yeah. He makes pretty good content actually, but anyway.
The refugee crisis happened, Sweden hit record immigration levels, and suddenly sex crimes increased with 138% in 2 years. If you look at Swedish festivals particularly, there was a 1000% increase in sex crime in those particular venues. And they try to excuse this as women feeling more comfortable with reporting crime. So that's why the numbers are increasing. It's not about the massive influx of non-Europeans, but in actuality, women's comfortability with reporting has been on the decline for the past years. So those are the facts. But when challenged on his irresponsible policies, the Prime Minister starts talking about Me Too, which is celebrity women talking about how
Stop it at 2:30 if you guys want. Sophia says he's crazy. Sovereign PM, Lothran PM, I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, so apparently rapes over in Swedish festivals have gone up by 1000%. Holy dooly. Is this what we have look forward to in Australia if we don't fix it? Is this what we're going to be involving? Wow.
Well, Chinese aren't really known for raping, so I think you guys are all right.
No, we have actually a large import of...
We're bringing in a lot of Sudanese.
Yeah, Sudanese and Muslims. Anyway, let's keep going.
Lazy media men are. Ordinary women who are being silenced because they're racist victims, they don't get a voice with Me Too. It's mostly famous, privileged women that are getting all the media attention. And he thinks that's where all these rapes and molestations are taking place? Ugh. Do you see what a clueless, pathetic, weak leader Sweden has? You'd think he was hired by Russia. In Norway, the police released a study showing that despite being only 5.4% of the population, non-Europeans are responsible for 25% of all rapes in the country. That is a ridiculous overrepresentation. This is not the only study along this vein.
Den allra viktigaste åtgärden i det här läget är att kraftigt begränsa invandringen och då kanske i första hand den muslimska invandringen.
So we have a prime minister who doesn't even care about research and data. And then they call us fake news alarmist Nazis for saying that this is a bad development. I'm not living in a nation anymore. I'm living in an experiment. Then the Prime Minister starts talking.
What do you guys think about this fake news term? If you guys want to pause at 3 minutes 30. What do you guys think of this fake news term? Do you think they're trying to use that to discredit alternative media? People like me, for example, you guys, for example?
I think it's exactly what the left always does whenever the right starts coming up with a term for them. They try to co-opt it so that it loses its power against them.
Well, they co-opted and they also changed the meaning slightly. Like snowflake came to mean, I don't even know what snowflake means now, but the left uses it.
Yeah.
And now with fake news, yeah, Trump coined that clearly to talk about CNN probably specifically and the like. And now they're co-opting to slander. I guess probably like you're saying, a small alternative media source.
Well, anything that goes against the mainstream's narrative is fake news.
True. Sophia in chat agrees with us, by the way. She says that, yes, they are trying to co-opt it and trying to discredit alternative media using the term. Let's keep going.
Thinking about how mass immigration is going to be profitable in the long run.
Därför att det blir en förtjänst för samhället lite längre fram.
Well, here's an actual economist talking about Sweden in honest scientific terms. Have a look.
Alla studier utan undantag som kollat på kostnaderna för invandring i Sverige och inkluderat kostnaderna för asylsystemet kommer fram till att det är en minus. Det finns inte en studie som visar plus. Ändå säger regeringen på sin hemsida.
You guys want to stop at 4 minutes? So, okay, so we literally have an economist now admitting that there is no positive gain to mass migration.
Yeah, we've all known this.
Like, well, I heard...
Yeah, that's the thing. So there's all these fantastic claims of the benefits of multiculturalism, but there's no hard evidence proving that, ever.
Like, I heard it was third generation before it starts getting positive, but he's saying... Well, he hasn't specifically answered that question, but he is saying that there is no positive gain for migrants at all.
You know, there might be a generational delay, say, like third generation out, if they were integrating into the local society.
Yeah.
But if you have these waves of migration that are so sudden, with the same demographic coming in, then they form insular communities, and there's no incentive to integrate.
True. Yeah. Yep. So, what were you going to say, man?
Oh, nothing. I just said yeah.
Okay.
He's right.
Cool. Let's get going.
Och många DN, TV hela tiden att det här är lönsamt, det här är lönsamt. De med svensk ursprung har idag en sysselsättningsgrad på 85%. Det är den nivå som krävs för att välfärdsstaten ska gå runt. Bland utomeuropeiska invandrare är siffran 52%. Och det har varit 52%, ungefär 50-52% i 15 år. Det handlar inte om att integration har blivit ett dugg bättre om man mäter det ordentligt korrekt, det vill säga procent, inte antal. Invandring är inte någon lösning på den svenska åldrande befolkningen, just för att invandrarna själva har så låg, trots att de är unga, har så låg sysselsättningsgrad att de netto har en större börda på skattesystemet än de betalar in. Jag menar, det blir ju inte lättare att betala framtidens pensioner genom att importera arbetslöshet. Det är totalt ologiskt.
Därför att det blir en förtjänst för samhället lite längre fram.
Det är så här, det här är skattekraft.
Yep.
This guy just mentioned something important there that a lot of people, seem to miss whenever, like, as one of their excuses from the government with regards to this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
These immigrants are supposed to be the solution to an aging population, as well as, like a low population in terms of job rates and such.
Yep.
They're supposed to bolster the labor force. Yeah.
Yeah, I think only Japan in the current century is doing it correctly, and Korea to some degree. But where they're automating, it's the same thing that happened with slavery in America. The South didn't automate because they had slaves, and because of that, they lagged behind the North and actually lost the war to the North. If they would have automated, I doubt very much that they would have lost the war to the North.
Yeah, well,
they would have at least been economic parity after the war,
Yeah, you can see that there was such a disparity in the economics afterwards, too. It's insane. People seem to forget that you can automate these jobs.
But here's the thing: you guys
even more so today than ever before?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, let's be honest. Do you guys really believe that this migrant crisis has anything to do with replacing a labor force?
Oh, absolutely not.
No, but I'm not sure if we really want to talk about that.
But yeah, like
that's one of the ways I was sell it to the populace, though.
But
yeah, I was mostly not talking about it for your channel.
Yeah, well, we can sort of, obviously we won't go into details, not in this stream anyway, because
about who is behind it.
Well, not so much that, but at the end of the day, it does make you wonder if it's, if there's an alternative motive behind this. Then
we need a way to express triple parentheses in an audio form.
Anyway, it's called the Great Replacement.
Echo.
We should do a video on that one day. Maybe I should just upload that one to BitChute.
Are you sure that you want to do a video on that for your channel?
I'll just upload it straight to BitChute, I think. But anyway, let's keep going. 4 minutes 45 seconds.
Att betala framtidens pensioner genom att importera arbetslöshet. Det är totalt ologiskt.
Därför att det blir en förtjänst för samhället lite längre fram.
Det är så här bara, det här är skattekraften i relation till rikssnittet i de 3 mest multikulturella städerna i Sverige, Malmö, Botkyrka, Södertälje. Det här är långsikt. Det är en kurva som långsamt pekar neråt utan några tecken på att lyfta upp.
Därför att det blir en förtjänst för samhället lite längre fram.
Malmö var en genomsnittlig kommun på 80-talet. Det är inte så att det finns något i luften som gör att Malmö måste ha problem. Och störst barnfattigdom, nästan sämst tillväxt, bland de största inkomstgrupperna, allt det där. Och det är så att Malmös ekonomi går runt ändå. För det är en liten stad och resten av Sverige skjuter till 5 miljarder per år till kommunen och 5 miljarder till landstinget. Till Skåne landsting, det är inte bara Malmö. Och Malmö har 12 miljarder av egna skatteintäkter. Och det är så här va. Det kommunala utjämningssystemet designades för glesbygden. Nu får Malmö, Botkyrka och Södertälje nästan lika mycket som hela Norrland. Det har blivit ett system för utanförskap.
Stop it at 5 minutes 45. So at the end of the day, the unemployment level hasn't gone down over the time, from my understanding. Is that what they're saying with that graph?
No, it remains steady.
Yeah.
Well, do they count it like the U.S., where the labor force only counts people that are actively looking for jobs?
I don't know. It's hard,
no clue.
It's hard to tell because it's far.
If you're resigned to being unemployed in the U.S. and you're not looking for a job, you're not counted in the labor market, so you don't count towards unemployment statistics. So like the guy who said earlier in the video, they're basically importing unemployment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be surprised if real unemployment wasn't higher because of like he said, 50% or 50% unemployment rate. I mean, it's probably much higher in real unemployment and people that are not in the labor force.
Well, that's the interesting thing, because I had this theory a while ago. I went through and checked to see if unemployment levels raised in countries that were heavily importing migrants, and there was some uptick in the actual levels, but not as much as I expected. You go to importing 1 million migrants or whatever into Germany or whatever. I figured there would have been quite a noticeable jump in percentage-wise. There was only a couple of percent. So it does make you wonder if they've been skewing the data to try and hide that fact.
Probably.
Sorry?
They're willing to actively not report crimes to skew data.
Yeah,
so
true.
Why wouldn't they?
And at the end of the day, it does make you wonder also, like, if these immigrants are illegal, they don't have any paperwork, they don't have any details or anything like that, how does the government know if they're unemployed or not? So they could be also not counting them because they're illegals and not official citizens. They might only be covering official people in the country too, which could also skew the data.
Yeah, I'm sure there's all types of categories that they can put them into that aren't unemployed,
Yeah.
They can say, all types of things. In training, cultural integration classes, newly arrived, I'm sure there's all types of
tourists. There's probably a lot of tourists.
Yeah, sure. Tourists, students,
yeah,
things like that. I'm sure there's tons of that type of thing going on.
Quote children, because apparently all these migrants are children, at the end of the day. But
also, if you're a refugee, you're probably not counted towards unemployment.
No, probably not. 5 minutes 45. Let's do the last minute.
Trots att de här 3 har mycket färre invånare än Norrland. Vad skulle hända när resten av Sverige är i kapp Malmö är att då kan inte resten av Sverige försörja Malmö. Och om Malmö inte hade de här 5 miljarderna, då skulle den ha större strukturell underskott än Grekland. De klarar sig ju så länge det är en liten kommun i relation till landet och sådär. Och de kan bygga fina hus och byggnader och projekt med resten av Sveriges skattemedel. Men redan nu är Malmö de facto bankrutt. Och om det här är lång sikt, då har ni själva att rädda.
Därför att det blir en förtjänst för samhället lite längre fram. Därför att det blir en förtjänst för samhället
lite längre fram.
Thing in the end is all of Sweden's success came from free market reforms in the 60s and 70s, and they built a lot of wealth in that. And since they've been heavily importing migrants, you know, in, I'd say early 2000, they've been trending downwards economically, and there's this denial there that they just will not accept that they stagnated and now are clearly trending downwards.
Yeah. Well, it's only the government that seems to refute it.
But this is what I don't get. Okay, at the end of the day, if I sat there and I was in power and I saw my government, like, is it a case of it's just ideology over belief, or is it just like how do you not sit there with the data in front of you and go, shit, this could be bad, like.
Well, they've been smelling each other's farts for so long, telling each other how much social democracy is the best system in the world. Poo-poo on the stinky Americans with their free market. We have this welfare state. It's a great thing. And yeah, when your population is 85% employed and 99% white, or let's say homogenous, you know, it's a lot easier to enact a welfare state when you have a massive influx of non-homogenous group that's not integrated the same cultural standards. You know, the welfare state is going to fall apart, and it is very clearly.
Well, that's what he's.
So yeah.
That's what they're saying.
What is the motivation for the leadership to deny that? I mean, it's obvious. It's clear.
But at the end of the day, that's what they're saying in that last minute of the video, is the fact that that town, Maliko, I might be mispronouncing, I don't know how it's pronounced officially.
Malmo. It's one of the highest. It's one of the highest populations of migrants.
Yeah, it's the one that's been mostly affected. It's also one of the no-go zones. They're literally saying in the video that town is bankrupted, that it's only because of the rest of Sweden paying taxes that country or that town is allowed to survive.
Right, the welfare cushion that would be normally, you know, say 25 years ago, would be more than enough to cover the entire nation of you know, the small amount of welfare recipients. Now, the welfare recipients have skyrocketed, and income hasn't drastically risen. You know, so what are you going to do when your tax base doesn't match your welfare recipient?
Yeah, at the end of the day, you know that. Okay, so. Sophia's saying in chat it's Malmo. But yeah, at the end of the day, if Malmo is an economic failure now, then what happens when the rest of Sweden gets overrun by migrants? How you know, okay, yeah, Sweden can support Malmo because of taxes from the rest of the okay. But yeah, she just responded in chat, Swedish shithole. But what I was going to say was, but at the end of the day, yeah, if Malmo isn't financially viable, what happens to the rest of the country when the rest of the migrants turn up and flood the rest of the country?
Well, yeah, it's Malmo now, but yeah, of course it'll be, you know, a half dozen other cities within 10 years easily. If
well, the whole of Sweden, the way they replicate, they're like, yeah, I don't know. Look, Sophia, all I can say is just good luck, and I think it's September. You guys have your elections, I believe.
Yeah, you better be swinging that to kicking these migrants out.
Yeah, well, it's already swinging that way. I'll actually look up the latest poll data, and then we'll get going.
Just remember, it's not bad to strip citizens from non-native people.
Well, they're not even citizens, dude. That's the thing. They're all illegals.
Well, is there even the political will? I mean, to like literally round people up and deport them, say, you know, the way that Trump is somewhat doing, and probably wants to do even more so. I mean, to actually have, you know, a harsh crackdown immigration squad going door to door, rounding up illegals, putting them on ships, on planes back to, you know, the Middle East or Africa. is there a political will in Sweden? I would say probably not now. Maybe in 10 or 15 years.
Well,
I don't think there's a to do it in Sweden.
So she is saying, SD, please win 9-9. I want. So apparently there is a will for it. According to this graph, I'll link it here in the chat for you guys in case you want to check it out. But according to this, the SVMP, or the quote alt-right party, is set on 37.7%, and the SD party is on 20%. The M plus C plus L plus KD looks like 38.1%. So yeah, so Sophia in chat, if you want to let us know who is the best one that you guys would be supporting. I know there's a little bit of a...
Well, I think the SD is the Social Democrat, so that's yellow. That's about 20%.
Yeah.
20.8. SVS, V, and MP. Is that one combined category for some reason?
So the moderates, as far as I know, they're the ones that they want. They're one of the better parties. Actually, can I sort this by date? So the last election results, or the last polling results, the Social Democrats are at 21%. Okay, no SD, so we don't want the SD to win. Oh, sorry, no SD is Sweden Democrats, okay. S is Social Democrats. Alright, so SD is good. S is social shithole. Okay. So the S guys we don't want to win.
S is the socialist.
Yeah.
Okay, well they're polling high in this graph. That was what? That was June poll, okay, so I guess the beginning of June.
Yeah, they haven't done one since the 6th of June, which is about a week ago now.
So Sweden Democrats, SD seems like it's on a slight uptick, I guess. The moderates, slight downtick.
Well, I actually thought the Democrats...
The socialist shithole on a slight downtick, I guess, too.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have been doing less than they already are, actually. I was a little bit... Yeah.
So what did you say the elections were? September?
Yeah, September still. She's getting...
Sweden doesn't do the long, drawn-out campaign process like we do in the U.S., huh?
No.
They kind of have a month or two of campaigning and then boom, right to it.
Yeah, they've been campaigning. They have about a year campaign. 6-12 months towards a year, yeah. So you guys basically campaign from... Well, once the party's over, then you have the midterms. And then after the midterms, you're basically kicking up from midterms through to 2020, for example. We have about 2 years of election.
Yeah, we'll have like a 6-month lead time after after the midterms, and then yeah, I would say we have about a year and a half of campaigning. Most people say it's too long. Personally, I wish it was longer. I love it. I love the Dog and Pony Show more than policy. Personally, it's hilarious.
It's really to see who can last longer in it.
Well, act like our 2016 campaign wasn't the most entertaining thing you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing. Just the Republican primaries alone were fucking incredible.
True. Who do you think the Democrats will win?
Ted Cruz memes.
Jesus. Jeb was honestly my favorite.
I don't know,
I got a lot of mileage.
You can't really beat the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah, Trump calling Ted Cruz's dad the Zodiac Killer.
No, I think he called Ted Cruz the Zodiac Killer.
I saw, maybe so. I saw, oh yeah, no, he said his dad helped with the JFK assassination. I saw a poll in, Florida. They 65% when asked if Ted Cruz was a Zodiac killer, answered yes or unsure.
All right there, everyone.
Oh, it was such an amazing election.
It was amazing.
So she sent us.
We get another one coming up too.
She sent us another
Dude,
video.
I hope Jeb tries to run again.
Ashless
I will unironically vote for Jeb if he runs again.
No, but seriously, even his mother was
slow
like,
and steady.
Maybe the Bush dynasty needs to like die out.
Slow and steady. Jeb wave is incoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta get those pocket turtles, man.
It's the fucking turtles, man.
She sent us
got a pocket full of turtles to give the little kids.
She sent us a video that is another 9.5 minutes, so I won't play that now, but I'll do some more investigation. I want to do a video on the Swedish party and the election results. But at the moment, the only hope I see for Sweden really is if the moderates and the SD party join together. That would make 30. That'd make 40%. That still would be short because they need 50 to win over there. 50%.
Who knows what the future will hold?
Alright guys, that's where we might wrap it up for the day. Look, thanks everybody for jumping in. Obviously, thanks everybody at home for playing along. Thanks to guys jumping in Discord. Do you have anything you want to plug that's YouTube friendly? No?
Yeah, I want to plug your mom's dirty sphincter.
Oh, really? Did my mom...
You should join my Minecraft server.
Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Drop your Minecraft name in. You'll get invited.
The link to the Discord will be in the description below. So obviously, if you did want to talk to these nutcases, then obviously you can. I'm also on there as well. Satellite. I'll put a link to your Chute as well. If you want to send them that link again. And
yeah, we're actually hopefully we can do the next thing now. So we'll probably not be on a stream, but you can check that out later.
Sweet. Apart from that, guys, look, at the end of the day, thanks everybody for joining. Look, yeah, hopefully, I don't know, I'm still optimistic about this IG report. Call me an optimist, I suppose.
You're the only one.
Yeah.
What do you expect to see out of it? That would be a bright shining silver lining.
Well, I think we have good news.
The ideal scenario.
We do have good news. Well, we do have good news. That Hillary's email, obviously, the foreign access of the email server, that is obviously good news for her to be locked up. I think it's a case of there's evidence there that if they want to move on it, they can, but whether they move on it will be another thing. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But anyway.
So you expect them to do something?
Yeah, I expect them. Is that a little bit hard for me to say that those
yeah,
the government will actually do something that yeah.
I'm telling you, you're going to be disappointed.
Don't say that. Alright guys, thanks everybody for joining. Everybody, thanks for playing along at home. Apart from that, guys, we'll see you. I know I'm definitely going to go back to live streaming on the Sundays. And if anything obviously important throughout the week happens, obviously we'll do one of these streams. So do remember to hit that bell. And also follow me on Gab, because apparently that's the only place now where I'm not censored. It's hard to be popular these days, I suppose. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next Demand Size video. Have a great night and enjoy.
All right. Goodbye. Jews